When I think of a veteran, I think of a very brave man or woman that decided to serve our country and help protect our rights.
When I think of a veteran, I think of a hero.
When I think of a veteran, I think of someone that has sacrificed a lot for our country and is a hero to a lot of people.
When I think of a veteran, I think of my grandpa who served in the U.S. Navy in the South Pacific during World War II.
When I think of a veteran, I think of somebody who is brave, way more brave than I could ever be, and sacrifices things that the rest of us can't even really comprehend about their daily lives, and they do it for the well-being of others, so thank you.
And for me, it's who do I think of? I think of my grandfather and of Ken, because Ken's my bestie and he's a veteran. So
I think of the service and sacrifice that Americans have made for the prosperity and the security of its citizens and of this country.
What do you think of when you think of a veteran? I think of someone that has went through a lot to support our country and to be able to survive great measures in the U.S.
When I think of a veteran, I think of a person that's serving our country and that honors our country and wants to protect the people.
It's important to observe Veterans Day because we need to remember those who died protecting our freedom.
When I think of a veteran, I think of the coming home videos that I watch, where the veteran comes home and then they come home to surprise their little kid or their spouse or their dog or something, and everyone freaks out and is super emotional, and then I get emotional. And it's exciting because it kind of shows how much time they've been gone for, and the fact that they have to leave their loved ones or their puppies or their little children and stuff.
I'm the street light shining. I'm a white light, blinding bright, burning off and on.
I think it's important to observe Veterans Day because they've done so much for us that we should at least show them the respect that they deserve and give them a day to celebrate what they've done for our country.
I think it's important to observe Veterans Day because it's very easy to feel disconnected from some efforts that are taking place and conflicts that are taking place throughout the world. And it's important to pause and recognize those who have made choices that have enhanced our life back here. As we're removed from those situations, it's important to recognize those who are involved in keeping us safe.
I think it's important to observe Veterans Day to show people that we're grateful for the sacrifices they've made for us. We have a lot of privileges in the United States that other countries do not, and we owe a lot of those things to our veterans.
I think that Veterans Day should be observed because the veterans need to be recognized on what they're sacrificing to their nation and for who they're serving for.
I think it's really important that we observe Veterans Day because they have given so much to our country and they have made so many sacrifices for us that one day to honor them is well deserved and probably not even enough. So thank you, veterans.
I think it's important that we acknowledge Veterans Day because veterans are underappreciated in our society right now.
I think it's important to observe Veterans Day because, they've done so much for our country that we should give back and then, do something for them on that day of Veterans Day instead of just taking a day off of school.
I think it's important to observe Veterans Day to make sure that we thank veterans and respect veterans, and for us who are non-veterans or non-military folks to remember to never forget the sacrifice and the work that goes into the freedoms that we have and that we enjoy every day. I think that's also.
I think it's important to observe Veterans Day because every veteran has a specific mindset that is unique to that group of individuals. These are people who are literally willing to risk their lives for their country, and unless you're a veteran, you don't have that mindset. These are very special people, and they're the ones willing to make the ultimate sacrifice if need be. So that's why we need to observe Veterans Day, because there are so few of these brave people who really are able to risk it all for the thing that they love, which is their country. So thank you, guys.
I think Veterans Day should be observed because we need to remember the many men and women Americans who put their lives before ours and the hard work dedication to serve us and protect us and to make our country free.
It's important to observe Veterans Day because you need to thank our veterans for serving our country, fighting for us,
and dying for us and really making our country what it is today.
I think Veterans Day should be observed because we should take a day to appreciate the people that have served for our country.
I think it's important that we remember Veterans Day because we like to try to forget the unpleasant things in life, but there are people who can't forget, so we should remember alongside them.
I think it's important to observe Veterans Day because of the amount of unimaginable things that veterans have to go through. A simple thank you isn't enough.
It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again.
One of the ways in which I recognize veterans and their contributions is specifically by connecting with my grandfather, Vernon Schweistall, who is a World War II veteran, and sharing the stories of his experience and the importance of passing on these stories and this history to our family and future generations.
When I think of veterans, I think about my dad and my cousin who both serve as Marines. I believe that it's important to say a simple thank you because they have made a huge sacrifice in their life for the rest of us.
I'm actually currently in Army ROTC, and this December, on December 11th, I'll be commissioning into the active duty Army as an officer. One of the best ways I believe someone can recognize veterans, active duty and retired service members, is just by saying thank you when you see them. So just by going up to them and showing them your appreciation and just saying thank you for your service. That's all that really counts, is that you are recognizing them and appreciating what they've done.
To recognize the service of veterans beyond Veterans Day, I think it's important that we talk to them, we hear their stories, we listen, and we also make sure that we think about how we treat veterans once they come back from their service, and that we provide them with the psychological services and benefits throughout their time once they are back from service.
I'm a new day rising.
Thank you for serving our country.
Thank you for fighting for our country, and thank you for putting other lives before you.
If I could say anything to a veteran, it'd be thank you for your service, and we really appreciate you.
I admire your courage, strength, and dedication, and I hope you see evidence of pride everywhere you go.
Something I'd like to say to a veteran is thank you for your service, and it really means a lot to us as students to look up to you as role models and understand where we can become better to strive to that level.
My math teacher said to us in class today after the announcements that freedom isn't free. And I think that resonated with a lot of us in class. And I'd just like to say to a vet, thank you for letting me do the things that I do every day without a care in the world.
It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time again.